Welcome to the Art of Happiness. My name is Tam, and I am joined by my lovely co-host, Erin Tam.
Hi.
How's that for an intro?
That's great.
And today...
I need to start over.
No, now I'm realizing what we're going to talk about, and I'm like, oh, today's episode, we're going to talk about seasonal depression.
Yeah.
And I came in with this energy.
Let's start it over.
I know, this is perfect.
Okay.
This is the perfect
intro
to a very serious topic, Erin. So this episode is about seasonal depression and how hobbies can help. Mm-hmm. Do you get seasonal depression?
I do get a little bit of it. I'm not really bad. Adam gets it more than I do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, before we get into your seasonal depression
mm-hmm.
and sometimes Adam's, let's give the definition of what seasonal depression is, which is typically linked to the fall and winter time. And it is triggered by the reduced sunlight, disrupting internal clocks and brain chemicals for like mood and sleep. And it causes symptoms like persistent low mood, fatigue, oversleeping, carb cravings, which I enjoy, weight gain, probably tied with their carb cravings, and loss of interest in activities and irritability. It's very common, like in the wintertime, like we were saying,
mm-hmm.
like in the Midwest. People in California probably never feel this because they probably
not.
have beautiful sun all the time, just
mm-hmm.
cheering them up.
Yes.
But so tell me, okay, so you have seasonal depression sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like yours is definitely tied to the wintertime?
Oh, yeah. Whenever it's like dreary, cloudy, the days are short,
mm-hmm.
you go to work and it's dark and you come home and it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it definitely makes it harder to get up in the morning
mm-hmm.
and you just feel a little lower and exactly what you said, like fatigue and
mm-hmm.
just less motivation to do things. And
mm-hmm.
it's just like maybe like a brain fog,
mm-hmm.
and I don't feel like I have it terribly. So partly, I think I combat that with like making sure I exercise like
mm-hmm.
regularly. I think that's a huge help for me
mm-hmm.
personally. And then doing hobbies too.
Yeah,
it's been really helpful one, which we'll dive into in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what about Adam? So you said that he gets it too?
Yeah, he definitely same thing. Some years are better than others. It just depends on I think what's going on in your life too impacts it. Of
mm-hmm.
course, having little kids kind of like makes you keep going every day. So it just depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
I think and also the months of the year depend. I think like January gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you've got like the holidays and all the festivities, things happening, it's not quite as bad. But then once January and February hit, it feels like you're in the deep winter months and you're never gonna get out. That's when you really start to feel the sad.
I feel like you're never gonna get out.
Yeah.
Do you think that's also like coming from like exhaustion from trying to get through all of the holidays?
I don't know. I think maybe it's just like not even the exhaustion, but the lull after. You're
mm-hmm.
like got all this excitement,
high.
like fun stuff happening,
mm-hmm.
and then there's nothing in January.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And if it's like 16 or 12 more weeks until we see warm weather again, yeah.
Do you think you've always been like this, or do you think that you've noticed having like that seasonal depression now that you've been like a working woman, businesswoman, and then did it change when you became a mom?
I think that it's less now that I'm a mom, which is weird, maybe more distraction happening and things happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you brought up an excellent point about the fact of like you go into work and it's still kind of dark, and then you come out of work and you maybe have 10 minutes of the sunset, really, and then you're right in the dark time,
definitely.
And you're just like, when will I ever see the light again?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine being in those countries or even like parts of Alaska where it's like
I don't know,
dark?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I do take vitamin D supplements, so I'm sure that helps. Like every day, because that's part of what causes it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that it's a very normal thing a lot of people
mm-hmm.
go through, but it can be. There's things you can do to help manage it. So like for me, exercise and taking vitamins, but then also hobbies. Like there's a lot of hobby
mm-hmm.
tips that we found that can help, right?
Absolutely.
I think finding little pockets of joy, like things that bring you happiness throughout the day,
mm-hmm.
even if it's just for 10 minutes, is
mm-hmm.
really helpful to like just keep your mind off it, keep your
mm-hmm.
energy up. Like that's a big part of it to
mm-hmm.
get through it. And it can also almost like a snowball effect. You start doing something that makes you happy
mm-hmm.
and it lifts your mood, and then
Absolutely.
you get more energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that because
mm-hmm.
I think you're you're right. You know, they talk about the key points being that it kind of reduces like your, like it messes with your brain chemicals, right? And it can kind of bring your mood down. But if you're right, if you give yourself like just like a little hobby win, that almost kind of gives you like that little victory. But it's probably more important, like you're saying, in like that January months, because you know, in November, December, you kind of have like Thanksgiving, Christmas. You even kind of have a little bit of it in October with Halloween. You know, these are things that are just distracting you, and you're just kind of, you know, keeping that high up. Which I wonder if that also has something to do with it, like keeping that holiday high up there. Like, I feel like for me personally, this is my favorite time of year. This is my element. I live in holiday winter moodiness. Like, I just feel like I don't have to worry about my skin as much. You know, I can just be pale little Tam, and I'm just so happy about it. But I feel like, you know, once you get past the holidays, you're right. Like, it's just like a total dip in all the excitement and energy and vibe. And I feel like most peers that you would run into are probably exhausted as well. So there's got to be some energy sharing there where like we're all feeling drained. So we're all just kind of like matching each other's energy, right? So you're right.
Yeah, and I think it's too, you're less likely to want to go out and do things socially because it's cold and dreary, and you're like, I just want to be cozy at home. So you're not getting that boost of connection from people as much after the holidays, you know. And so I think some, like, as far as like how hobbies can help with this, which we kind of alluded to, I found that just doing like little 10-minute hobbies at home, like we've talked a lot about like having accessibility to hobbies instead of grabbing for your phone. It seems like that's really helpful, like having those things. I have started, like, we leave out, we always have color pencils out and coloring pages now. And I found like myself even picking them up and coloring. Or really have diamond art. I have that sitting out, and like me or the kids will grab that and just kind of do it, and not even like try to finish it, but just do it for a little while, just kind of a mindless thing to just, you know, get yourself out of it. So I think those are just some examples. Or puzzles are a big one. Like, I love just putting a puzzle on the table and kind of working on it here or there, like just not trying to finish it all in one setting, but if I sit down and just need a break from life or just don't want to get on my phone, definitely sitting down and doing those kind of things I really enjoy.
No, I think you're right about pointing out the accessibility thing, because like you're feeling super low energy. The last thing you want to do is go and get out a bunch of, you know, hobby material to then start up a hobby, right? So it's key to have it accessible to you right there. So like having like some colored pencils and paper sitting out, or getting yourself a little like shelf next to your bed that has like a book on it, or a hobby caddy, you know, next to your couch. Like, those are things that just kind of make it easy for you to just kind of throw your body over, grab the thing, and then pull it to you on the couch. And you know me, I love my chatty girl. So like, if you're sitting there on the couch and you can't think of a hobby that we've suggested or one for yourself, chat with Chatty Girl and see if there's any hobbies that you can just kind of pull right there that are just like sitting on the couch, and that can always be helpful to bring the energy. You also talked about community connection. Like, hobbies are a great way to kind of find some community as well. So
I think that's really important when you're feeling low. If you could connect with just even one person, it can really bring you out of some of that.
Absolutely. And I think you could use hobbies to kind of, you know, facilitate that. You know, you can do that book club, or you can watch some trash TV together. Call a friend over and like do that. That can be an easy way to kind of bond with your friends and kind of pick yourself up a little bit, because you just want those little bits of joy to kind of give you something to look forward to and pull you up and raise you out of those moments of like seasonal depression.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking, even if you're not wanting to get out, you can even like do just a phone call with a friend, or Zoom call, a book club Zoom call or something.
Oh, I love for Facebook calls, because then I get to pretend that, well, not pretend, I very much care about being your friend.
Yeah, I know.
But gosh, sometimes it's really nice to be a friend from a couch.
Absolutely. Like, when it's cold and I just don't want to, like, sometimes I just don't want to get out, you know?
No, not at all. But I think what's important to note is that, like, it's very normal to get seasonal depression, and it's very normal to feel it in those deep, dark parts of the months of, like, you know, January and February.
Yeah. And it's very easy to just, like, get stuck in your feelings, and when you're in it, it feels like almost too much to even do the things that you liked previously. So just trying to keep yourself going, you know, don't give up.
When do you feel like you start to come out of your seasonal depression during like springtime? March. Yeah, that's probably pretty common for everybody.
Once it starts to get sunnier, days get longer, warms up, definitely. You know, flowers start coming out, you start to feel that springtime.
Yes, you see that
Yeah,
prettiness?
absolutely.
Which, I mean, only further adds to seeing that creative, beautiful, colorful stuff is going to pull you out of it. So there you go, boom, color.
Yeah.
You know, get an adult coloring book and just have some markers and a book just sitting right next to you on your couch or your bed, wherever you find yourself, kind of throwing yourself at the end of the day. And then use those to kind of help bring yourself out of those little moods.
The other thing I've started to appreciate, which I used to hate, is snow. And I don't know if it's because we have kids, but I used to really hate snow.
Really?
Because I thought, I don't like the cold. I don't like bundling up. It's like hard to drive in, da-da-da. And I don't know, now I've started to just like embrace it.
Yes.
Like go out, just put on all the gear, and go out for a walk when it's snowing, and you go for a walk. It's like prettiest thing. I don't know.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes, I love to hear that. Snow is really, really
And some of
pretty.
that's just like a mindset, like trying to look at things differently.
Yeah, which I mean is, I feel like that in itself is really, you know, an important tip to try to just like change the mindset of things, right? And so like words of validation and finding a way to make it more of I can as opposed to I have to kind of moments in those times.
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So,
love snow.
I know. So yeah, if you or a friend or family member or suffering from seasonal depression, just know that you're not alone, and it's very common, and you know, we do get through it. Trying to find those small pockets of time, small pockets of joy to give yourself that dopamine boost. It will help you if you can do that on a daily basis. Just make it a routine. You'll probably fare better in the winter months. Yeah,
absolutely helps facilitate. You deserve joy in wintertime as well.
Absolutely. So.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by today. We hope that this helps guide you a little bit on how to overcome that seasonal depression.
Absolutely. Join us next time. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.